Before we begin, uh, I have to prepare myself for the upcoming battle. So I have a small ritual I need to perform in order to be successful. So let me just look aside for a minute and let's apply our war paint, because true Vikings must have their war paints applied, because in order to be recognized by their teammates. So yeah, I also planned a helmet, but the result was pretty shitty, so I decided to stick only with the war paint. The plan is to have every day a little bit different war paint, a little bit different color, until we ran out of colors and ideas, because I don't feel like painting something difficult. So yeah, okay, let's roll. Campaign. Before it loads, I have to say that I've never played Mountain Blade 2. I've played the first game and I enjoyed it really a lot because there were a lot of cool things. And what I know that I will create a hero or adventurer, and I will then build my army or maybe a kingdom. Also, what I know is that the combat should be a little bit similar to Mordhau, which I've been playing quite a lot recently. But hopefully it's a little bit easier, because my skill in Mordhau is really bad. It's most of the kills are just some luck usually, or the guy has to be close to death in order for me to kill him. So let's hope it will not be too similar and I will enjoy the combat. Because what I really enjoyed in the first game was the combat and the possibility to attend some tournaments and win some fame, and sometimes a princess, I think, or some lady or whoever. Okay, so let's check what are the options. So Vlandians. The Vlandians are the descendants of adventurers from the west who lived under the empire for centuries before forming an independent kingdom. With the decline of imperial authority, they have evolved into a well-organized feudal society led by a caste of warlike nobles who prefer to fight with spears and lances on horseback. Okay, 20% more XP to troops from battles. Spears, lances, and horseback. Well, I am not a great fan of lances and spears, so I will probably skip this. Sturgians, never. Sturgians are the descendants of the foreign tribes of northern Calabria. Okay, north, so I can relate to north. So we'll see. As the empire expanded into their cold forests, they found that a ready market for a luxurious furs of woodland animals whom they traditionally hunted and trapped. Sturgians chieftains became princes, vying for preeminence with the help of North mercenaries who migrated to their realm. They are good hunters and wanderers traveling far in search of opportunities for both trade and for plunder. 20% less speed penalty from snow. Okay. Empire. The Calradian Empire is in decline. Even before the murder of the Emperor Arenikos, the once united realm was torn by political rivalries. Today, those factions are in open war. Yet Calradians endure They are technologically more advanced than their neighbors, and their mastery of engineering is not just evident in their aqueducts, beautiful architecture, and massive city walls. It also makes them expert in siege warfare. 20% construction speed bonus to town projects, war repairs, and siege engines. Uh, should I read it? Because I don't enjoy it very much, and I think it's a little bit boring. So what do you think? Should I read it? Should I continue to read? Because I can just read the bonus and be done with it. Whatever you want. Okay, so I think if I started already with reading it, I should probably finish it. So the Aserai. The Aserai are inhabitants of Nahaza Desert. A lot of strange words, really. A mixture of nomadic, Bedouin, and settled oasis farmers. They are famous for their horsemanship and their knowledge of the learning of many lands, especially medicine gained from lying on some of the continent's most lucrative trade routes. Each clan is fiercely proud of its lineage and often jealous of the others. But when united by a charismatic leader, which is me, of course, they become a major force in the south. Caravans are 30% cheaper to build, 10% less trade penalty. I think I will not be a trader, so I will not choose Aserai probably. The Kuzaites. The Kuzaites confederation of steppe tribes used to live a nomadic life, but have recently settled in the eastern frontier of the empire and are slowly transitioning into the agrarian society with permanent town centers. Despite this, they still remain many aspects of their nomadic life, including their affinity with horses. They are masters of mounted archery, shooting, and then galloping out of reach. 10% extra speed bonus for horsemen on a campaign map. Well, I also don't plan to be a mounted archer, so we'll see. And the last ones are Batanians. The Batanians still remember the olden ways when the woods stretched across the northern Calradia, and the empire and its cities had yet to violate their sanctity. The fierce warriors remain loyal to their traditional ways. They paint their faces when going to battle. Ah, okay, I can relate to that. And even their noblemen prefer to fight on foot while using great axes and two-handed sword with deadly efficiency. Forests give 10% less speed penalty to parties. Well, I thought I'm gonna be Sturgian because of the north and snow and whatever, and the plundering and so on. But I think I like the Batanians, so I'm going to join them or be one of them. Oh crap! Now the character customization. I hope I will not spend too long here. Uh, I must say I usually play as a female because I enjoy it more. Because who wants to look at a male for many hours? But you must at least pretend enjoy it. Yeah, well, it's not that I didn't enjoy it. It's like I felt that reading it in the same voice, such a long text, is not that entertaining. So I thought maybe I should stop that. But if you said it's fine, then I hope it was fine. So to finish my thought, I usually play as a female, but here because I want to play as a Viking, a male Viking, I'm gonna choose a male. Let's choose the voice first. Well, that reminds me of Mordhau. Kill them all! Infantry! Charge! Yeah, this one too. And that's it.
Raise the ladders! Footmen! Take them down! Fall back!
Let's choose a voice pitch. Let's do here.
Stand your ground! Release arrows! Hold your position!
All right.
Form a circle! Form a shield wall! Make a line!
Like a lot.
Circle!
Well, let's choose the first voice and
Shoot those
the
bastards!
lowest pitch. Skin color is fine. Face. Well, there are some presets. Okay. I don't know. This one, face width. Like this. Center height. What is height? Face ratio. I don't know. Randomize all. Let's go for it. What the fuck? What I go pasta? Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's reset. That's a little bit too crazy. Try a few more. Nice hair. I think I should grow this one. I have similar hairline, so I think I can do it in few years. You look tired. Your eyes are weird. With the haircut, the game wants to tell me something. Yeah, let's change this one. So, eyes, nose, mouth, hair, markings. Let's delete the markings. Where's the facial hair? You are. Let's do it like this. Voice page height. Oh, no. Or middle. So, yeah, let's face asymmetry. Ear shape. Let's change them a little bit. I like smaller ears. Yeah, let's keep them small. Size, I think that's fine. Tempo width. Oh, it's too much. Do it like this. Cheekbone depth. Oh, let's. I think it's fine. Eyebrow depth. Eye shape. But let's change the nose. I don't like the nose. Eyes. Quite acceptable. Nostril heights. right. Mouth. Yeah, I don't care about the mouth. So let's choose some hair because that's what I don't have. So at least my character can have some hair. So let's you know what? Let's first start with facial hair. Oh, nice mustache. Hello, my name is Egon. One looks like some kind of musketeer. Let's here starts the beard. Okay, this is quite fine. I think this one is similar to mine. One is too much, I think. Yeah, maybe this one in few years. This one when I'm very old. I don't care. What the fuck? I don't care that much about the others, so I think I will choose. Where is it? Probably this one. Hi, Pixel. So, about some. Oh, nice. Call me Lady Ragnar. This is typical hair, which I will probably choose in the end. But let's check styles. Okay, I think we can seduce a lot of women like that, probably. Or we can be a priest or a monk. It's fine. This is really great. Maybe if I'm doing some let's say crazy playthrough the second time, I can choose this, but for the first time I want my playthrough to be a little bit more serious, so I will not be choosing this one this time. Let's see here. Don't think Vikings had this kind of hair. All right, so I'm probably gonna choose this, or which one is it? Which one is this one? Oh, where was it? Remember? What do you think? Which should I choose? This one, which is, let's say, very typical for Viking, but even the long hair, I think it's too clean to be a Viking haircut, so should probably choose this, right? Yep. Okay, let's go with it. Color. Let's choose a little bit darker. This one is probably too much. Let's choose these. Markings. Where do I choose eye color? like to have blue eyes. Let's go with blue eyes. And markings. Let's go with something not too crazy. Oh, okay. There are scars, not war paints. You know what? Let's not choose any markings. You smeared your... Oh, fuck. Okay, well, we'll have to live with it. I'm not used to it, so... yeah, whatever. Let's say I was already in some kind of battle, and because of my sweaty head, it smeared a little, so yeah, whatever. I didn't expect this to happen that fast, but to clean it and paint it again, it would take too long, so whatever. Let's not care about that too much. At least you have something to make fun of me. Right. Is there some kind of body build? Change clothing. Oh, okay. Body. Just hay. Face down, down, down. All right. I think we are done here. Choose your family. So, members of the chieftains, Heath Guard, healers, tribespeople, smiths, foresters, but smith? Well, I plan to do some smithing, so I could be... Oh, there are some bonuses. Okay. Let's check it. 10 skill levels and 1 focus point to 2-handed and bow. All right. I have yet to decide if I will going to be a 2-handed warrior or a sword and board, which is, I think, more typical for me or for my playstyle in general. But I really enjoy 2-handers, not only because of the Mordhau. So athletics, throwing, healers, medicine, charm. I'm not interested in that. Athletics, throwing, not interesting. Smithing and 2-handed, 1 point to endurance. That's quite interesting. Scouting and tactics, nope. Roguery and charm, nope. So I think I should go for Smith. Because I'm not sure how much I will use the bow. So yeah, let's go for Smiths. Yeah. Choose your early childhood. As a child, you were noted for your leadership skills, your brawn, to wield it and throw it. Badass child. Athletics and 1-handed. Aptitude for numbers. Engineering and trade. No. Go away with people. Yeah. Exactly. No way. Writing and medicine. So it should be brawn. Yeah, probably brawn. Let's go for brawn. You were big. The other children looked to have you around in any scrub with children from a neighboring village. You pushed a plow and throw an axe like an adult. Okay. Choose your adolescence. Growing up, you spent most of your time at the town's watch training ground. Crossbow tactics. With the alley gangs. Nope. The docks and building sites. Athletics and smithing. Okay. In the markets and caravanserai, or however it's pronounced. Never heard of this word. But anyway, trade and charm is not interesting to me. Reading and studying. Nope. Working at the stables. So probably training grounds. Crossbow and tactics. Yeah, that's the closest to a warrior I can get probably. Yeah. Or maybe at the docks and building sites for smithing, but I think there's no benefit except tactics. So I will probably choose docks and building sites, even if it sounds strange, but that fits the best, I think. Your youth. As a youngster growing in Calradia, war was never too far away. You trained with the Hearthguard, Polar, and endurance and riding. Sorry. Stood guard with the garrisons, bow engineering, intelligence. Rode with scouts, riding, bow, endurance. Trained with the infantry. Okay, maybe this one. Polearm, one-handed, vigor. Joined the kern. Throwing and one-handed. And march with the camp followers, roguery and throwing. I should probably maybe choose a ranged weapon, because I think at some point I will be using it. Maybe in the beginning of the battle until they get to close range. So because these choices are not that great, I will probably choose train with infantry, guard, or stood guard. Boy and bow, engineering, intelligence. Well, that's not a good combination. This has endurance, which could be useful. Riding polearm. This also has endurance, riding, and bow. Let's go for this. Rode with the scouts. Young adulthood. Before you set out for a life of adventure, your biggest achievement was you defeated an enemy in battle. 100, 200, vigor, valor, renown. You saved your city quarter from a fire. Tactics, leadership, cunning, calculating, 10 renown. You invested some money in a workshop. Well, I could have done that, because I plan to be smith a little bit, so, and this has smithing. You survived a siege. Bow and crossbow attribute to control 5 renown. You had a famous escapade. Roguery, not interested. You treated people well. I don't do that very often, unfortunately, so it's not an option for me. So you defeated an enemy in battle, 100, 200, vigor, valor. Yeah, let's say I was a good duelist. Choose your story background. Like many families in Calradia, your life was upended by war. Your home was ravaged by the passage of army after army. Eventually, you sold your property and set off with your father, mother, brother, and your two younger siblings to a new town you'd heard was safer. But you did not make it. Along the way, the inn at which you were staying was attacked by raiders. Your parents were slain, and your two youngest siblings seized. But you and your brother survived because you subdued a raider. One-handed athletics vigor. You drove them off with arrows. You rode off on a fast horse. Uh, Riding and scouting endurance, roguery tactics. You tricked the raiders. You organized the travelers to break out. Let's say I subdued the raider because why not? So you prepare to set off with your brother on a mission of vengeance and rescue. Here is your character. Click finish if you are ready, or go back to make changes. Your name. Can I this? Probably. Culture. Yeah. Botania Smith. Bigger. Bigger represents the ability to move with speed and force. It's important for melee combat. I have 6, which is, I think, good. Control. Control represents the ability to use strength without sacrificing precision. It's necessary for using ranged weapons. 2. Well, I don't plan to use them that often, so I hope that will be fine. Endurance. Endurance is the ability to perform taxing physical activity for a long time. Okay. Cunning. Cunning is the ability to predict what other people will do and to outwit their plans. Okay, I think this will be useful for interaction with NPCs. Social is the ability to understand people's motivation and to sway them. Intelligence represents aptitude for reading and theoretical learning. Okay, let's see. I think I'm quite satisfied with my choices. Let's determine the game difficulty. Okay, very easy, definitely not realistic. Realistic. Combat AI. Veteran challenging or no. Enable death. Choose if the heroes are able to die on the battlefield. How to allocate clan member perks. I don't know. Let's go enable death. Should I have enabled death? Can you be pure merchant in this game? Frankly, I don't know, but I think you can. I think it should be possible to play in any way you like, which is said about many games, and the reality is a little bit different. But I think it should be possible that you can just be a merchant and maybe hire an army. I think it should be possible, but I'm not sure if you can avoid combat at all. I really don't know. But I don't know what to decide here. Enable death for heroes. Am I considered a hero, or will I be able to hire heroes? I wouldn't enable death if I were you, but your choice. No death, but higher difficulty. Okay, that makes sense. Well, this is the hardest I can go, so yeah. I hope it will not be too difficult. But the combat AI difficulty, let's go for veteran and no death. What do you think? I think this is acceptable, right? Not the hardest. Should I go for? You mean I should go for challenging? I would like to avoid constant reloads. So I don't know. For the first time playing, don't know. Yeah, that's right. But I consider myself quite skilled in RPG, so and I don't know if I can change it later. So a bit harder than normal, I think. Yeah, let's go for a veteran and no death.